Go buy you some. Yeah.
Kyle Busch has joined us. He drives the number 18 M&M's Toyota for Joe Gibbs Racing, currently fourth in points. And Kyle, talk about your outlook this weekend here at Talladega.
I'm looking forward to it. You know, we've had some good luck here in the past. We've also had some bad luck. So, you know, all you can do is go out there and do your best at what you know how to do and try to stay out of trouble. And then, you know, be there at the end. Obviously, that's the most important thing. And being able to finish these races, and you know, the two that I've finished, I think are the only two I've had in the top 10. So knowing that to get a top 10 finish, you got to finish. It's just the way you're going to have to play it out. So our M&M's Camry was good last week. Real proud of our run at Martinsville, and now coming here this weekend at Talladega, trying to see if we can't make up some ground on these guys that are in front of us and get back in this thing. Otherwise, you know, just try to keep everybody else behind us.
Questions for Kyle? If you have one, we'll start right here with Jenna.
Jennifer, Associated Press. Kyle, does there become a point or session at Joe Gibbs Racing where you guys start talking about what do we need to do to help Denny, or is it still, Kyle, you still can do your own thing, and if you can win a race, great, but if you can do something to help Denny, do that too?
Well, I think here is the place where you're going to be able to help Denny in being able to do something, but you know, we're still fighting for a chance to get back in this thing too, and obviously if the 11, 29, and 48 are all hovered around each other and I'm somewhere else, I'd rather see them all pile up and me be able to catch back up in points. But you know, you don't really wish that upon anybody, and hopefully it's you know, it's a good clean race for all of us, and it just plays out the way it should play out. But you know, I mean, I can help Denny, I can push Denny as much as I can until my water temp gets too high, or vice versa. You know, we want to try to make sure that we help Joe Gibbs Racing as best we can. It's no different than Joey. Joey would do the same thing for both of us. So you can just work as well as you can together without jeopardizing the both of you.
Last week in the final laps at Martinsville, when you were racing the 48 very hard, I know you're racing for position and to get your best finish. At any point are you thinking, and if I get past him, that helps Denny?
Oh, yeah, I thought about that. You know, I thought about you know, when I'm running around him, you know, I'm like, man, this only helps me. This only helps Denny if I can knock him back another spot, you know. And when Mark was coming up through there, I was hoping that, you know, Mark would stop and fall in behind me and Jimmy, because then that would give me 10 more points. You know, whoop-de-doo, 10 points. But you know, anything can help in this matter. So he finished right behind me, which was fine. But I knew that was another spot that I got between himself and Jimmy.
Okay, we'll go Bruce Martin, Jay Reed.
Kyle, obviously you're a guy who loves to be in any type of car, whether it be trucks, Nationwide, or Cup. Do you think that you'd like to add a little more testing to that? Because it seems that, you know, with the repaving at Daytona and everything, there's going to be a test session. Would you like to see NASCAR readdress that and maybe open up testing to a small degree at least?
Yeah, I mean, I think what they're going to do is they're going to give us more practice time when we get down there for the event, which is fine. I mean, yeah, you'd like to have something in December or January to go down there and get some track time and then come back to the shop, rework your stuff a little bit and get it a little bit better for when you go back down there. But, you know, at least having a little bit extra practice time, you've got a little bit more time that you can work on stuff, try to make some speed out of your car or your truck, whatever. And, you know, so I think that's their plan, is to just kind of extend the Speed Week schedule a little bit of practice time for the Nationwide and trucks.
Okay, let's go Jay, Reed, and then Woody.
Jay Pennell with Front Stretch and All Left Turns. I wanted to ask you, are you planning on running the Snowball Derby again? And could you talk a little bit about why you ran that last year and the history of that event?
Yeah, there's no plans for me to run it this year. I will have a car down there. TJ Reed will be driving for me, but I'm not planning on going because hopefully I'll be in the top 10 and going to Las Vegas. So that was kind of the reason why I was there last year, is I missed the chase and didn't have any obligations in Vegas. So I went ahead and went down there, had some fun. It's always on the same weekend as the NASCAR banquet, so you know, I figured that since I didn't have to go, it'd be my year to go have some fun and race a late model. And fortunately for me, I won the race, so you know, I have won it, and hopefully I'll never miss the chase again. So I'm always concentrated on winning my NASCAR Sprint Cup championship. But it's a fun race. I mean, it's the best of the best. It's the cream of the crop. There's a lot of good guys that go there all the time that that are always really fast. And for me to go there last year and win the race, it was really great for me. It's something that I've wanted to do in my career, and I won a lot of big late model races last year. I think I won 4 of the 5, or if you want to call 6 big late model races, I won 4 of them, so that was cool.
Let's go Reed, Woody, and then Dustin.
Reed Spencer with Sporting News. Kyle, do you feel like the race this weekend is the last real chance to gain ground significantly on all 3 of the guys ahead of you?
Yes, for sure. I mean, you look at what can happen here. Obviously, you take advantage of this place and say that you can make up a lot of ground. You go to Texas. I mean, you could make up ground at Texas. I mean, look at what happened to Jimmy last year, getting caught up with Sam Hornish. But it's less realistic, Same thing with Phoenix. I mean, Jimmy's won there 4 out of the last 5 times, or 5 out of the last 6 races, or something at Phoenix, and then Homestead. Denny's been really good at. So this is the last shot that we feel like we can make a big gain in points. And, if we do, so be it. If we don't, oh well. Hopefully we didn't lose ground to the guys that are behind us.
Dustin, and then Mark.
Dustin Long, Landmark Newspapers. Kyle, a third of the guys entered for this weekend's Cup race at one point or another in their career have gotten upside down or flipped here at this track. You look at the last 3 races at this track for Cup, 40% of the guys running within the last 10 laps get wrecked. At what point do those numbers not become acceptable, or how troubling are those to you, or is that just the way things are here at Talladega and everybody has to accept it?
I think you go back and get a quote from Ryan Newman here in the past, or Mark Martin. I think it was Mark Martin when he was in the Valvoline car. He gave a pretty good quote. So those are my quotes.
Attaboy.
No, I mean, it is what it is. It's just racing at Talladega. So we're here for a show, and hopefully we put on a good enough one where cars aren't getting upside down. But in bad instances, sometimes it does happen. I've had my share here. I've been upside down, so it's not too fun. No, I mean, my mom, she hates restrictor plate racing anyways. I mean, ever since the beginning, it doesn't matter if we come out here with a win, she's still coming to victory lane crying because she was like, oh my God, you got out of it okay. Nothing happened. So, she's a ball of nerves when we come to these places, but I'd have to say Grandma's the same way. I've never seen her come to a restrictor plate race, so I don't know what she's like at home, but I know she's watching. So, Samantha, she's just like I am. It's like it is what it is. I mean, yeah, she's worried about it, and she's not comfortable with it at all. But we pray for the best and hope we come out and can go home afterwards.